are two theories. Now we're going to the practical things. There are two theories for a business to succeed. And every theory has 2 points. So I want you to start thinking about this very deeply. Are you a solution? Is your business a solution to a problem that exists in the market? Or is it filling a gap in the market?
Wow.
Again, are you a solution for a problem that exists in the market, or are you filling a gap in the market? This is the first part of it. The second part is, are you decreasing pain for your customer, or are you increasing pleasure? Yes.
Question on the first part. I understand. Are we providing the solution? But I don't quite understand. Are we filling the gap?
We're going through that right now.
Okay, gotcha.
We're going through that right now. So you need to decide which one are you. If you're offering a solution to a problem, what is the problem and what is the solution? If you're filling a gap, which one? Like, for example, I remember you doing something for healthcare, for insurance, right? For people that don't have some kind of insurance and you're trying to get them to be insured, that's a gap.
Got it.
Okay? The media channel that he feels that no one is doing there is a problem in the market where people don't know how to digitize their stuff and how to do that, so he's offering that. Pamela, if I remember well, I don't know if my memory is good, she handles lawyers that want to be organized, and no one is specifically doing the lawyers, so that's a solution for a problem that exists. And the security, he wants to have that regimen. Yes, people have security, but it's not the way he wants to implement it. So he's offering a solution to a problem that exists. Do we know the difference now between... So I want you to start writing down now, because I think I left spaces for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about the first part of the two theories, the solution or the gap. So I'm giving you a lot of soul searching, and I'm giving you a little bit of thinking to do. And I'm going to tell you why we're doing all that at the end, because you have a nice homework to go with, beside the vision and the mission. But believe me, once you have that, this will forever be your blueprint for your business.
Thank you.
But you're doing it at least on a scientific basis. You take it and you apply it to everything you do after that. It's going to be like a blueprint. So we said the first part is solution or filling a gap. The second part, are you decreasing a pain or increasing a pleasure? Tony, we know Tony Robbins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He said that the secret to success is learning how to use pain and pleasure. Instead of having pain and pleasure, use you. Okay? And actually, there is the theory, there is something called, in neuroscience, called pain and pleasure principle. And most marketing, especially the recent marketing processes, are based on the pain and pleasure principles. What does that mean? As human beings, our brain is programmed on fight, flight, or freeze. Our brain tries to protect us, so it keeps us in the comfort zone. That's why we don't like change. That's why we don't like stepping out of our comfort zone, right? Because we get anxious, we get fearful. But miracles happen only out of the comfort zone. Remember that. So the neuroscience, it has been proven that people, 75% of the time, will buy something, will pay money, will use your services if you are decreasing their pain before looking for what increases their pleasure.
Wow.
What? An
I just
epiphany?
yeah.
An epiphany,
That was
right?
it.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
sure. 75% of the people will buy service, will get something, will get a product. If it decreases their pain, they won't care about increasing their pleasure. Because in the caveman, pain meant what? Being attacked and die. That's the pain. And that's, remember the 3 parts of the brain that grew upon each other? But this is the base. Okay? So we always need to talk to decrease the pain. For example, if I tell you, if you give me your $100, I'm gonna make it 1,000 in 2 weeks. I'm increasing your pleasure.
Right.
Which one would you rather do? Keep the $100 so once you use it, you won't lose it, have the pain to lose it, or get the, what if they are playing with my money? We try to decrease the pain more than increase the pleasure. So again, go to your audience and customer mindset. What is their pain? Okay, if I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, and I'm just saying just giving an example out of there. I'm a woman, I'm overweight, I want to lose weight because I think I'm single, because I'm overweight. I think that I cannot attract the right man in my life. So it has to do a lot. So how do I decrease the pain? If you give me a pill that I can lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, I see myself already dating people, going out there, being attractive. So I want to decrease the pain. My pain is feeling rejected. That's the real problem. It's not because I want to increase the pleasure of being with someone. No, I want to take away the pain of being rejected or ridiculed. And if you give me a result that is guaranteed, I don't have that fear of failure because you're guaranteeing me that. That's why when you sell programs, people that sell programs all the time, do you notice that everybody has a guarantee 100% refund? They're giving you the proof that it works. But they're not doing this for that. They're doing this because most people buy the stuff and get too lazy to return it.
Ah, gotcha.
But you know what I mean? But they give you that psychological push that we are behind our result. We are behind our product. So you need to start thinking. Your website, believe it or not, your homepage, needs to start with, have you ever? And you put bullet points. What are the pinpoints that you are addressing with your product or with your service to your customer? And when I see this bullet point, I'm like, Robert gets me. Tracy has my back because this is what I want. Mark knows exactly how I feel and why I need security. It has to, again, nothing abstract. Very crystal focused and clear. Okay, so now, solution, filling a gap, pain, pleasure. You have to find where you are from these. Without this is the base again, this is the foundation of your whole building. Many confuse purpose and passion. Do we know the difference between both? Purpose is the anchor of passion. So if we're talking about a car, purpose will be the engine and passion will be the ignition. Okay. They coexist together, but it's important not to miss them. And do we know what is the focal point of purpose?
Is it the energy, why you do?
Is your heart. It's your inner calling. It's why do you think you were created on earth? Not the ego, not the brain, not the logic. It's what you feel inside. So you can be doing whatever you want to do, but your main purpose is to help disadvantaged people, veterans, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's beautiful when you combine your purpose, passion with your business. But sometimes people have a different purpose, you know, so they go and they become board members on nonprofits that they believe in to bring it full circle. Okay? So that's the purpose. Purpose is the why you exist, and passion is what you do to achieve the why. So let's go through that again. What does it mean? It's your inner calling, and it starts with intuition. And we all have intuitions. We use it to different extents. But that little voice in our brain, sometimes we need to believe in it. We need to listen to it sometimes. You know what I mean? So it shows us the way, if we want to call that. Purpose is your life, your fulfillment, and people sometimes live and die without knowing what their purpose was. So you need to connect with your inner self, you know, and to know exactly and concentrate. Take some time on your own, maybe 10 minutes every day. Talk to yourself and find what your purpose is if you don't know what your purpose is. Because they're very close. Purpose and passion, people think it's the same, but it's not. And I'm going to show you, and maybe you still are correct, you know, and I'm not saying that you're not. So let's go through it. So without it, you generally not connect with yourself and with your business. And it's about listening to your heart and getting out of your comfort zone. So in order for you to know if you hit your purpose, that's also part of your homework, if you hit your purpose or not in life. On page 8, you have few questions to answer. The first one is, do you feel totally satisfied in your life with what you do? Totally. And only you can answer that. And you have to be brutally honest with yourself. Do you feel fulfilled with your life? That you're doing exactly what you want to do? And also, if you don't know what your purpose is, think about these three things. What's the legacy you want to leave behind you? What role in your life that you want to play, small or big? And again, some know, some don't know. Like, for example, if people don't know even what, sometimes people can't even connect with what legacy is. So I tell them this way. There is a morose way to say it, and there is an easier way to say it. So I'm going to say the easier way. You are in your retirement day. You're done. You did everything you needed to do in life. Someone stands up and is giving a speech about your achievements. What would they say? Or, in other terms, what do you want them to say? And this will be your legacy. Again, it's the journey, right? The destination. What do you want your destination to be? That's your legacy. That's how you want people to remember you. You know what I mean? And some people, like Stephen Covey, said it in another way. He said, "Your dad, what's written on your tombstone? That's your legacy." But I tried to make it a little bit easier. I freak out from that and all that. So passion. What is your passion? Passion is your self-discovery. The word passion has been termed as the flow. And the flow means that you are totally engaged in what you do, that nothing else matters around you. This is the only thing that you do. This is the only thing that you feel. The only thing that you feel is what your lens is looking in front of you, is the way you're touching your camera, is looking at the back of that camera and looking at the shot that you got. And it doesn't matter. She spent $1,000 to go overseas, who cares? It's freezing, but who cares? I'm getting the shot. It's hot. It's snowing. It's like I'm standing like 1 foot on a hill and 1 foot on a valley, and I'm still taking the picture. I'm in that flow. That's what I'm telling you, is that your passion or your purpose.
I know my.
Nothing else matters around you. Yes.
So, your purpose, changing others' lives, for me, since I've been in the class, I've actually started doing the things that I'm learning from you, and they're making a difference in my life. I've actually seen things better in certain categories since I've started this class.
And you don't know how much I appreciate this and how much it touches my heart. You have no idea, and I mean that.
I second that.
Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you. And you know what? This for me, this is like, I'm already starting to feel tears so I get into that. Because for me, this is my passion. This is what I live for every day. This is where I leave my family on a Saturday and come here. You know what I mean? And yes, I get paid. Don't get me wrong. It's not, I'm not doing, but you know what? But still, I will do it no matter what. Because it's just like, for me, it's my passion. I want impact other people's lives. I had people pulling me from where I was before, so I'm extending it. So the next person, so each one of you, when they are in that position, they can pull other people up. And if we do, I believe in the circle of life, right?
Yeah.
So your passion is basically what gets you out of bed. What would you do if you were not paid for it every day? This is what your passion is. Your role to play in life is something huge, and knowing again what is your joy and what fulfills your life. That's what passion is. How to find it? We're going to go through it right now. There is actually a process on how to find your passion. Think about 10 things that you love to do. Write them down, and just don't think about it. I believe in writing everything down. So write 10 things, bring it down to 5.
Down or?
No. I mean, how to find your passion. Yes, Eric.
Do you mean in life or in our business?
They should be one and the same, but if you have 2 different things, you can do one for your business and one for your personal life. And maybe you can find some common points.
Okay.
Yes, Thurman.
No, never mind.
What was your question?
Well, no, it was gonna be off of, the same question that she had, like, what it was gonna be responses, like, your business should be your passion, just like your passion should be your life, right? So, yeah, listen.
And if you don't feel that you're working your passion, do it parallel in a way and see what's common and see how you can inject from here to here and from there to here. So,
I have a question.
sure.
On number 4, it says, think if you were on the cover of a magazine.
Well,
So-
let me get there.
Okay.
Let me get there. So think about 10 things that you are really good at doing, that you love to do. Not only that you're good at doing, but you love to do. Then look at these 10 things and bring it down to 5. Okay? And this is part of emotional intelligence, by the way. This is self-awareness. And then when it comes to 5 down, close your mind for a second. If I was to be honored and be on a cover of a magazine, Forbes magazine, GQ magazine, Vogue magazine, what would it say about me? Why am I being honored? I'm honored for what? You know, again, and all this is deep soul search. Okay? And then go to your family and ask them for 5 things that they see you when you talk about, your eyes light up.
Wow, okay.
Okay? Or they feel that you are good at doing. And then go to your friends and ask them for 5 things that they see that you do well or that you love to do. Because your friends can see you in a different light than your family.
Okay.
Look between the 3 lists. What is common? Okay, either you do it once for personal and one for business. Look what's the thread that is common between them. Between them, if you have 2 or 3 that you found common between the 3 lists, which one will make you get out of bed every morning happy? Which one will you do even if you're not paid for it? that passion will add into the big picture of the world. Even like little bit. So again, choose 10 things, downgrade it to 5, ask your family about 5 things, ask your friends about 5 things, find the common between the 3 lists, and then examine whatever you have left as results.
Should this be done on a periodic basis, like annually or every 5 years? How often would one make this assessment on themselves?
It's really up to you. You know, it's some people know when they find their vision and they find their purpose in life, then it becomes, you know, when you have the globe turning around on an axis,
Yeah.
then that purpose and passion becomes the axis that their life or globe turn around. You know, but sometimes things happen in our life and changes, yes, our perspective. So you can check yourself every year, every 3 years, every 5 years. It could be like strategic planning again. You know, so I know that our passion might change, but our purpose in life somehow should be more or less the same, unless we add to it. You know, but yes, you can check it, absolutely. You can check. Actually, it's very healthy to check it. So I would encourage you even to check it every now and then.
I don't.
Do we know that our brain, our subconscious, works with what it tells us, what we tell it to do? Our subconscious doesn't know the difference between negative and positive.
Right.
So if I want to stop smoking, when I keep saying stop smoking, stop smoking, the only thing my brain, my subconscious hears is smoking. So it does more smoking. Don't eat sweets, don't eat sweets, don't eat sweets. The only thing my subconscious is hearing is sweets. So I crave more sweets. So in order to work with your conscious and subconscious, you need to start saying what you want to do, not what you don't want to do.
Then you just stated what I want. There you go.
Good? No, I appreciate that. No, I'm just sharing with him because he puts it in a different way. Lack of self-discipline or changing self-discipline. So, you know what? I would just say self-discipline. Yes. Coletta.
Stop freezing. Fight, flight, freeze. I'm in a freeze state all the time.
Okay. Fight, flight, or freeze. Okay. There is now a new one where it's actually flying, like
Oh my
flying,
God.
soaring, and how we are adding that. Henry, did you put anything?
I gave you a copy of my passion statement.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, this one? Okay.
So,
Can you read it?
yes, you can read it if you want to.
Okay. Procrastination, which could be misinterpreted as irresponsibility. Thank you.
That's a good one. Me too.
Do we know what procrastination is?
No.
Procrastination is putting something that you need to do to tomorrow. And then tomorrow is tomorrow. And then tomorrow is tomorrow. And it never happens. Do we know the reason why we procrastinate?
No.
Yes.
Don't know where to start.
You could be overwhelmed. You don't know. You don't have a passion for what you do. You're tired. You're overwhelmed. And the most important part, believe it or not, is wanting perfection.
Wanting perfection. So tie it together with that.
You want to be
and-
perfect, so you don't want to start or release what you have. So you procrastinate. Just to let you know, there is nothing called perfection. Nothing in the word called perfection. Perfection, by definition, you need to release something to perfect it. You cannot perfect something that you did not release. Perfection comes from procrastination, is part of procrastination. And procrastination is rooted in fear. Fear of ridicule, fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of loss. Fear comes masquerading in so many shapes and forms. Imposter syndrome. Do you know what's imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome, when You're achieving success, and all of a sudden you look at yourself like, oh my God, are you gonna find out that I don't know what I'm doing? I went through that when I started my business. I'm like, okay, it's growing too fast. Is it gonna fall? Are they gonna know that I don't know what I'm doing? Was I just at the right place at the right time? You know, are they gonna find out? I went through all these stages. You know, I did not start where I am today. I went through all that, and I still do.
Okay.
We're human. We're human.
Thank you. You know, I just did something called the Sue Talk. It's TED Talk for women, and the title of my speech, if you want to call it, was The Fear Whisperer.
Wow.
And it's about how I deal with fear in my life. And we had to, at the end, offer 4 lessons in life that we learned through fear.
Your self-talk.
Self-talk, yeah.
Self-talk.
Yeah, you tell your life story, you know, and then you pick lessons that you can share with others, especially women. You know, so it was like through fear what I learned in life.
Sounds emotional.
It was very emotional. It was very emotional. You know what I mean? So especially when you are in front of a room that is full of people, you know. But it was an amazing experience. It was an amazing experience because fear will always be here. And some people say that being fearless is not having fear. Being fearless means that you act despite of fear.
Okay.
Because fear will never go away. It's how you deal with it, how you name it, how you accept it.
Less fear, I guess.
Not less fear. It's there, but you, like for example, in whatever I said, I name it. I accept it. I made it my friend. It's the window to my future. Because when we get fearful, we catastrophize everything that might go wrong in the future, right? So use that positively. Prevent this from happening. So you use your fear to fuel. You know, so you can see the future. So, because we will all have fear. Yes.
I've heard some singers say that if they don't have the fear before they perform, they won't perform well. Because once you get confident or overconfident, you don't hit the notes, you know, because you know there's a possibility you could be off key. So you're concerned about how you perform in front of others.
You know that every single day I go present a session, till today, I have butterflies in my stomach. Every single day.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You know what I mean? Every single day. My husband told me when you lose that, you will lose your edge.
Because I think it was Luther Vandross, he said if he don't have the butterflies, he can't sing.
I have these butterflies and I do my prayers in the morning, you know, and everything. You know, because we are human beings, we have that fear. Fear will never leave me. Yeah. Yes, I know I achieved, you know, my milestones, I achieved this, I achieved that, but I'm fearful.
Yeah.
You know, when I go to a first-time audience, are they going to like me? Are they going to accept what I'm saying? Because I know I'm different. You know what I mean? So are they going to accept what I'm... So all this comes through your mind, but this is what you keep you on your toes.
Keep it sharp.
You know, yeah, because as human beings, remember, human beings are about perception. So how do they perceive you based on their own perception? That people perceive you not on who you are. They perceive you on who they are. You know, we all see the word based on our eyes, not how the word is. And that's why we need to look at our perceptions and others' perception and make sure that we meet other perceptions as well. So, okay. So, why we did all that today? Because I will want you to put the business concept in one page. Just to continue how our passion, our vision, and our purpose. People tell you, I need to see it to believe it. Right?
Yeah.
Who believes in that? Okay. What if I tell you, believe it so you can see it?
Yes.
What would you say about that?
Yeah.
I'm telling you that because we know who Michelangelo is, right? He did the Sistine Chapel.
Yes.
So what he said is this. He said, I saw the angel in the marble, and I carved it to set it free.
Wow. Okay. Got it.
He believed it. He saw it 1st. He believed it's there. He saw it, and he carved the marble through it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there is a science behind believe it to
Right.
see it. It's called appreciative inquiry. It's like emotional intelligence called appreciative inquiry, where you look for the things that work, not the things that don't work.
Appreciative inquiry.
Appreciative inquiry. There is a video also on YouTube, very big, of someone called Dwight, something Dwight. The name of the video is called Celebrate What's Right with the World. And he was actually a National Geographic photographer. You would love this. And he kept saying, you have to have a vision, you have to believe, and then you see it. That's how he went after his photography.